Family and friends of the late wrestling legend Hulk Hogan are gathering at a Largo church to celebrate his life.
The air felt heavy with emotion as Linda Hogan slowly stepped out of the black limousine. Her heart ached, her hands shook, and her mind struggled to process the reality that her world, once full of love and years of shared memories with a man larger than life, had just been shattered. For 24 years, she had been a part of Hulk Hogan's story. Now, she stood at the edge of a painful goodbye, holding on tightly to the weight of the loss. Beside her walked Sky Daly, Hulk's widow, cradling a bouquet of yellow roses, the same color that had become part of his identity throughout his career. Yellow was more than a shade. It was a symbol of his energy, his brightness, and the unforgettable persona he carried into the ring. As they moved toward the doors of Indian Rocks Baptist Church in Largo, Florida, the air felt tense, as if the entire wrestling world was holding its breath. Outside, there was silence. It wasn't the kind of silence born from emptiness, it was the quiet of deep respect. Cars lined the street for what felt like miles. Some belonged to close friends, others to wrestling legends and Hollywood icons. Every single person there had come to honor a man who had done more than put on a show. Hulk Hogan wasn't only an entertainer. To millions, he was an inspiration. He had taught people to believe in themselves, to face challenges head-on, and to never give up no matter the odds. His passing wasn't just the loss of a career. It was the closing chapter of a piece of American culture. For those who loved him, this was the final bell. Inside the church, sleek black SUVs and private jets had brought some of the biggest names from wrestling and beyond. The air was thick with sorrow and reflection. But as more mourners arrived, curiosity began to mix with grief. Who were these figures stepping out of limousines? What memories did they carry? And what untold stories would remain locked behind closed doors? Online, speculation spread quickly. Social media was buzzing with theories, rumors, and emotional posts. Then came the moment that silenced everything. Vince McMahon stepped out of his car. The man who, alongside Hogan, transformed wrestling into something far greater than a sport, was now 79 years old and had rarely been seen in public in recent years. His presence spoke volumes. This wasn't just a business associate paying respects. Vince had walked alongside Hulk through legal battles, creative triumphs, and the rise of WrestleMania itself. Together, they didn't just run wrestling, they shaped pop culture. Now, as Vince entered the church, the weight of decades rested on his shoulders. Not far behind him came Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Their faces revealed the rawness of the loss. For Triple H, Hulk was more than an icon. He was the standard for what it meant to be a superstar. Stephanie represented the next generation of wrestling leadership, but she also carried personal respect for the man who had helped build the very foundation of the industry she inherited. Then the arrival that sent waves through the crowd. Ric Flair. At 76 years old, the Nature Boy still had a presence that drew attention instantly. Dressed in a black suit with touches of Hogan's iconic yellow, his attire was a clear tribute. Flair and Hogan had shared some of wrestling's most unforgettable battles, but their friendship had survived beyond the ring. Later, Flair would write on social media, "Even in heaven, he sold out again." It was a touching reminder of the charisma that had defined Hulk Hogan, and the stream of notable faces didn't stop there. Dennis Rodman, the larger-than-life NBA Hall of Famer known for breaking boundaries, arrived quietly. Once an unlikely partner in wrestling storylines, Rodman and Hogan had forged a friendship that crossed industries. That day, the man famous for his flamboyant personality carried himself with unusual restraint. The moment's gravity clearly felt. Kid Rock came next, a close friend for decades and another reminder of Hogan's ability to connect with people. In music, acting, and sports, normally full of energy and swagger, Kid Rock walked with visible heaviness, struggling to hide his grief. Then came a surprise. Comedian Theo Von. Known for his humor and quick wit, Theo's presence was unexpected. As a kid, he had idolized Hulk Hogan, and now, in adulthood, He came not to make jokes, but to pay silent tribute. His serious demeanor was a quiet testament to how deeply Hogan's influence had reached even into the lives of entertainers who never stepped into the ring. Inside the church, emotions ran high. One of the biggest talking points on social media was the sight of Linda Hogan, Hulk's ex-wife. Their divorce in 2009 had been messy, yet here she was, honoring the father of her children. But it was the absence of Brooke Hogan that created the most conversation. For nearly 2 years, Brooke had been publicly distant from her father due to personal conflicts and family drama. Her choice to skip the funeral quickly became one of the most debated topics online. Some people understood her decision. Others felt she should have put everything aside for this final goodbye. The debate continued, even as the service went on. The pallbearers, many of them legendary wrestlers themselves, wore yellow boutonnieres in quiet homage to Hulk's legacy. His casket, adorned with memorabilia from his career, was like a personal scrapbook of his life. Among the items was a sticker of Donald Trump, a nod to Hogan's political connections and the complicated layers of his later years. Then came the moment. No one expected. Vince McMahon took the stage for an unplanned speech. Normally composed and in control, Vince's voice trembled. Referring to Hogan by his real name, Terry, he said, he wasn't just a wrestler. He was the bridge between what wrestling was and what it could become. It wasn't just a eulogy, it was a window into decades of shared ambition, struggle, and success. As the service reached its end, something extraordinary happened. The entire church, packed with wrestlers, celebrities, and fans, rose to their feet in a standing ovation that lasted nearly 5 minutes. Applause rang out in a place usually reserved for quiet reflection, but this was fitting. Hulk Hogan had never been about quiet moments. He was about energy, spectacle, and leaving people inspired. As people began to leave, hugs were exchanged, tears were wiped away, and quiet conversations filled the air. Many lingered, reluctant to walk away from the final gathering in his honor. But even as the crowd dispersed, one truth remained: this was not just the funeral of a man. It was the closing of an era in wrestling history. In the days that followed, stories began to surface, details about Hogan's final days, the family tensions that had remained unresolved, and the private conversations between wrestling's biggest legends inside that church. Fans wondered who broke down completely when the cameras weren't around, what promises were made, and what would Hogan's death mean for the future of professional wrestling. Hulk Hogan had always preached his simple motto to millions: train hard, say your prayers, and eat your vitamins. Now, he had taken his final bow, but the mark he left, full of triumphs, controversies, and unforgettable moments, will never fade. His influence will continue shaping wrestling, entertainment, and the lives of fans around the world. This was more than the passing of a superstar. It was the farewell to a cultural force, a man who inspired generations to stand tall and believe in themselves. And while the wrestling business will keep evolving, there will never be another Hulk Hogan. His story will live on in arenas, in television archives, and in the hearts of everyone who ever believed when he said, "What you're gonna do, brother?" If this tribute touched you, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more untold stories from the wrestling world. Tell us, what's your favorite Hulk Hogan moment? Did you notice a celebrity we didn't mention? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Your voice keeps these stories alive. And remember, while eras end, legends never truly leave us. Hulk Hogan's legacy will forever shine bright. Hulk Hogan's story isn't just about wrestling, it's about inspiration, resilience, and the power to believe in yourself no matter the odds. From the roar of the crowd to the quiet moments of respect at his farewell, his legacy will echo for generations. This wasn't just the end of a career, it was the closing of an era. But legends never truly fade. They live on in our memories, our stories, and our hearts. Share your favorite Hulk Hogan moment in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more untold wrestling stories. The Hulkamania spirit will live forever, brother.